One, two, three, four, five, begin. This is my first podcast of my times here on Birds and Bots. This episode will be very short. It is non-sponsored, and it'll be a little introduction of what I would like this podcast to be like. It is unedited. That is the goal of all of this. And the majority of these podcasts will be about TRU students and professors and people outside of that realm who will be working with me on, well, just interview styles, but also just lifestyles. I like to get into the minds of some of my friends who I find are very interesting. It can be from hobbies from basketball to hip hop to sciences, to political science, economics, and the interest that school can provide in their classes, as well as the information that can come along with anything they're finding and learning at TRU or in their life. I find podcasts have really helped me come to really understand myself, define myself, and help me grow as a person. I've really enjoyed podcasts such as the H3 podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience. I've enjoyed debate systems such as the Dave Rubin interview styles. I've enjoyed Ben Shapiro and his Wire podcasts. I'm a huge fan of Jordan Peterson. I understand many of these people have flaws in their arguments, but I can tell that these people are constantly trying to understand the world around them and creating an interesting space in a form, free speech. I know that's going to be more complicated, and we'll have to dig into that as time goes on. But it also brings up ideas that can be controversial. I'm going to 100% try and make these podcasts unedited, mostly because I find that format can really not put people in these short, quick-baited and clickbaity formats. I've heard that it takes around 100 episodes to really find your place as a podcast. I don't expect to be famous from this. It's rather a journey for myself to increase my speaking personality as well as who I am as a person. And I hope for those of you who join up on this podcast get to really learn about, well, yourself, maybe learn about some interesting things, might meet some students that you might be able to connect with. Maybe you'll connect with me. I have 4 quad mates that I will most likely and definitely have on this show as time moves on. I will reveal their names as they come onto the podcast. All information that will be allowed to stay unedited. I'm sure there might be moments, as this will be an unedited podcast, that I may delete snippets that find the speaker or even myself find that maybe we should have said. That's why I do not believe I will be doing anything like a live podcast, at least anytime soon, unless I truly feel comfortable in that situation. So that may take 20 to 40 to 50 to 100 podcasts to really get into that streaming level of skill. The ability to notice these silent moments, I think, are real. It's probably a little more awkward in this moment, for I am currently hosting this podcast alone. I assume once human podcasts begin that they'll have that natural rhythm that a conversation has. Over the summer, I listened to loads of podcasts while I was working in a warehouse, and I really found that really helpful just to kind of make the work go faster. And, well, I felt like I wasn't just working, I felt like I was growing in a sense, and I hope I can express that feeling for anyone who might be doing it in a similar sense. Maybe you'll be studying, maybe you'll be working, maybe you'll just be at home relaxing, and that's what this podcast can fill in. When you're kind of tired of looking at the same Netflix show, or your content's a little boring, that you find something that you can just kind of pop in the background. Maybe you can do 2 things at once, and this podcast will be throwing on in the background, or maybe you'll just get really into it. Eventually, I hope to provide free video hosting in the background. It might be with an actual televised ability, or it might just be static images, or it might be something along the line of a podcast called Cortex that I really enjoy. No, Hello Internet is the correct name. In Hello Internet, they have a constantly playing loop of usually really interesting, I want to say GIFs, but they're almost video formatted because they go on for a few seconds and then loops really nice and perfectly. Kind of very easy intro-like style. I might be able to find the ability to put on some sort of chill music in the background at certain times, or find a way to edit better. I've not really done anything like this, but I am tech savvy, but not a tech savant. So as time goes on, I might get better at that. My editing appearance might get better. Currently, I'm recording on my Pixel XL2, so the audio is probably crap, and I don't know really anything about editing background noises, so until I get that, there may be humming or background noises of birds or just the noises of squeaky chairs or all those things. So much apologize in this first episode and any that come along with it. Anyways, for now, keep smiling, keep listening, and keep going, my fellow friends. I hope that you enjoy these podcasts as they slowly release. I have no really set schedule for it. I'm currently a student, so between classes, I hope to produce one at least once every 2 weeks. Sometimes they might be more ambitious and one a week. Sometimes things might get busy and there might not be one for an entire month. I know how needy it can be when you're looking for those kind of quick podcasts. And well, have a wonderful day. If I don't see you, good evening, good morning, and good night. Well.